Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot and a red state, utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be looking into Adam Schiff and whether or not a grand jury is going to indict him. The second part of this reading is I'm going to look into the case that they have brought against John Bolton. Now, I've seen a little bit of who was it that I was watching? I think it was Andrew Weissman that I was watching on MSNBC whenever the story first broke. And he was saying, like, with these charges, it kind of looks like, like there could actually be something there. So that I do want to look into. But first, I do want to ask about Adam Schiff. And is a grand jury even going to indict him? Because, remember, I don't know if they would be doing that there in DC or if they would be trying to do that in California. But if they're in DC, they can't even get an indictment against a sub sandwich. What, they tried like 3 times or something, and the grand jury was like, no. So yeah, I just want to look into that with Adam Schiff. Will there even be a indictment against Adam Schiff? Will he be indicted? What do we need to know about this? Okay, and as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm using my Morgan Greer deck today. Oops. Morgan Greer, that was the back of the box. Okay. This is financial security, stability, legacy. It's the 10, so it's like you've achieved what it is that you've wanted to achieve. And the challenge is Mad King Dawn. So I think that this is almost giving me the feel like, yeah, they probably will get an indictment. The indictment, threshold is really low. So I kind of would be surprised if they didn't. But then here's the rash action of this. Putting things to rest. It's not going to go anywhere. Going back and forth and controlling the orange beast. I wonder if they really actually will. It's like, this is what Trump wants, but then all these other cards are like, nope, he's not going to get that. So, and let me just go through this real quick again. This is, legacy, financial security, stability. They're wanting to use that. It has to do with, they're trying to claim mortgage fraud, but it isn't. And they did the same thing against Letitia James. And, that case, I mean, she was indicted, but I don't really think that that's going to go anywhere. So this is like they're trying to use that same, like it's about money fraud, and that, here you got Mad King Dawn does not help the situation at all. Because of the vindictive prosecution that he just keeps talking, he won't shut his mouth. And so they can prove vindictive prosecution just using his own words. And the rash action, like he's not thinking, he's not helping his case, okay, at all. And so it's put to rest and going back and forth. Let's see, will the case get, if he gets indicted, will the case get thrown out? Having to defend the actions, and yeah, the judge is not having this. The judge is like, okay, so tell me your legal precedent. Why is it like the DOJ is going to have to defend their actions to this judge? And this judge, what's he going to decide then? Okay, and the judge, yeah, he's like, this is not how the law is to be applied. This is the Be Patient card. So I have a feeling that with this card, with the Be Patient card, that this judge is going to be like, don't try my patience. Like, this is my courtroom. He or she is not going to be putting up with this nonsense coming out of this DOJ and going forward in a balanced approach. Like, he has very strict expectations of how his courtroom is run, and he's not tolerating this at all. What is this Chariot? Let me just get, is this the case that's actually going forward? I don't know. I don't think so. They can't defend themselves, and so I think that this judge is going to find for vindictive vindictive prosecution, and that this case is not, if they can even get a grand jury indictment, the judge that goes to is going to have a lot of questions that the DOJ will not be able to answer to his liking, like legally, like what is the legal basis for this. They don't have anything. And deny, deflect, and distract, that's all that is their strategy. That is not a legal strategy. And that this judge is like, I'm not having it. And there may have to be, like in some of these cases, I know that they've been like, well, we have to have discovery before we can throw the case out. It's like there may be like that kind of thing, that we find out a whole lot of stuff that just isn't anything, and that this judge is like, there's nothing here, and that it gets dismissed because this is the DOJ. They're not bringing their best at all. This is someone you don't want to go into battle with, and they can't defend their actions. So that's what's happening with Adam Schiff. Like, I don't even know that if there is an indictment, this judge is not going to be dealing with the DOJ's bullshit at all. So now I want to look into John Bolton, because they were saying like they might actually have a case there. Now, they're trying to make it be like, he breached security, all of this. They're trying to make it be actually what Trump actually did with the Mar-a-Lago cases, and that all of those documents that he had. So now they're trying to say what Trump was accused of. They're going to now be accusing John Bolton of that same thing. And I don't know if what John Bolton did rose to that same level. Okay, so let me look into John Bolton's case here. Let's look at what's going to happen in that case against him. Okay, and John Bolton, his case, putting something to rest and a time of peace. MAGA, this is definitely politically motivated, and I'm wondering if that might be kind of how that's going to definitely be part of his defense, which is this is a politically motivated indictment. Yeah, and even though there is a case there, the DOJ still can't defend their case. They're just not. And he has the support to be able to this is one of legacy. This is one of, financial security. I feel like he has evidence, he has receipts, he has solid reasons for his defense. That's what I will say. He has solid reasons for his defense. The DOJ does not. And yeah, he's going to be providing whatever evidence, that he has, that for his case. And that the administration is going to go ahead. They are going to go forward with this. It is going to go, I'm seeing this more as like going to court, but they're not going to be very good at, like, they don't criminal well. They also don't do like the law well at all. And so even if they had a case, their own ineptness is going to be what helps John Bolton in his case in presenting his side of it. Okay, so this like with this, I'm seeing like if he is the white horse here, he's got his shit together, but on this other side, like the wheels are coming off. That's what I'm feeling with this. So let's see here with this going forward. What else do we need to know about that? About going forward. Two sides coming together. I wonder if they might know. Oh, and then Mad King Don and all the lies that they tell. Okay. Even if they had a solid case against John Bolton, His legal representation is so much better than what the DOJ is bringing, and that Trump can't keep his damn mouth shut. All of the lies, that is what's going to put and that's what's going to put this to rest. And like, that's going to be part of the John Bolton's defense of how can we even get a fair trial? This is vindictive prosecution. This is that's what he's going to use in his defense. Not to mention all the other evidence and receipts that he has. So he's got excellent defense attorneys. And the DOJ, I mean, they could have, it's like they could have the perfect case, all like nice and tidy, you know, wrapped up in a bow with a bow on top for, you know, for the judge. And because of vindictive prosecution and because Trump can't keep his damn mouth shut, that's what sinks the case. God, they are so stupid. I mean, they just can't, I mean, he just can't shut up. So that's how well it's going to go there. Let's see, where am I at on time? This is kind of a shorter reading. So let me see if I've got, I am going to go ahead. I've got this on my list, and this really doesn't go with this reading, but I've got some time here, so I want to go ahead and look at J.B. Pritzker is now saying that they're going to start arresting the ICE agents at the state level. And so I kind of want to look at that. That's when he said that, I was like, oh, that would be glorious. You know, let's unmask these fuckers and find out who they are. And the other thing is, have you noticed the change in the Democratic messaging, which is you all are going to jail and you're going to jail for life. You know, you may think that Trump can pardon you on federal charges, but he cannot pardon you on state charges. And look at all these crimes that you have committed in these states. So I want to look at J.B. Pritzker. Are they going to start arresting ICE agents there in Chicago? Oh man, I hope they do. Okay, let me pull this down here real quick. So, arresting ICE agents, is that going to be a thing? And that since it's state, you know, the DOJ would not be, they would have to be on the defending side. They would have to defend this. And we know they can't defend what their actions are because they're manipulating the law, and everything they're doing is so freaking illegal. So J.B. Pritzker, are they going to start arresting ICE agents? And with that, the Hierophant, this is going to be using those institutions, the spirit of the institutions, the spirit of the law, and the challenge is bringing them to justice. Yeah, the world card, like ICE agents are done. The challenge is we're going to be arresting your asses. So yeah, he's going to be doing that. The world is also watching what they do there. Arresting them, putting this to rest is what's coming in. Putting them in jail, like literally the four, you know, like think of this as like the bars of a jail cell. Putting them in jail. Ace of Pentacles, the government's going to have to defend their actions in a court of law, and it's going to be state courts. I wonder how many of them are going to be leaving ICE whenever this happens, because this is like, let me see what this next card is. And the Wheel of Fortune, karma's a bitch. Let me see, what is this? Six of, and this really could just be hauling them off to jail. The recent past here. Of what is this recent things that we need to know about? Yeah. This is Fox is Loose in the Hen House in my Robin Wood deck, and maybe I think also in the traditional Rider-Waite. There's a circus tents back here, and it's like the damn circus, and you know, all the lies and deception of this administration. Mad King Don. And being brought to justice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They expect that they're going to start arresting ICE agents. I can't wait for that. That'll be a nice day whenever we start seeing that. And, excuse me, once again, they can't defend their actions because they're not following the law. And so now all of that is going to have to be coming, you know, to court, and they're going to have to be seeing, you know, all of this and that messaging of, you know, you fuckers are going to be going to jail for life. if you don't flee the country, you're going to be going to jail. Well, good for them. I'm looking forward to that. Are we going to start seeing them go? Will they be going to jail? Will they be held to account? Yeah, it's like they have the evidence going back and forth. I think that he's JB Pritzker's probably like trying to decide, do I really do this? And it's like, yeah, you really do this. And they can't defend their actions in court, and he knows this. So yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do that. Any final messages about the ICE stuff? Any final messages about ICE? And then I'll wrap it up. The lies and the deception, because remember, with this administration, I always read this in the lower energy. And Pam Bondi, she's going to have a lot of big feels about this. And and just more lies. That's all it is. It's like she's going to be out there spouting lies, like from, you got the ace and the 10, from morning to dark, like from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, all through the day. It's nothing but her spewing her lies. So yeah. And that we're just not falling for it at all. And the courts aren't either. So yeah. Expect a big old cup of justice here. Lady Justice and Karma, they are going to be tag teaming this administration. So good for them. So yeah, JB Pritzker, he's going to start doing that. As this kind of ratchets up, for everything that this administration does, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction. So every time they break the law, we're going to use the law. Like these governors are going to be using the law to stop this. For every, horrid action that they take, there's going to be a reaction, an equal action over here, which is you send ICE, we're going to arrest them. You do this, you try to send military, we're going to use the courts to stop it. That's like, it's going to be this equal footing, and that the MAGA, they don't know what to do because the Democrats aren't caving and they're not giving in and they're not rolling over, and the American people are definitely not rolling over. So yeah, if looking back, if Adam Schiff even gets indicted, we will enjoy watching what they are trying to do to defend this, because they can't. And then John Bolton, they probably actually really do kind of have a case against him, but because they can't keep their damn mouth shut, it's Bolton is going to be able to say vindictive prosecution, and it's going to be obvious. And so I don't know how far that will go. Both of those, there may be discovery, and we'll learn more just about how horrid, this administration is and how bad they are at doing their jobs. And then Pritzker, it would not surprise me in the least for them to start arresting ICE agents. Expect Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi to just absolutely lose their shit and be out there whining and bitching about, how, boo-hoo us. I'm sorry, but watching Kristi Noem have to, little Ice Barbie have to, whine and complain about they won't even let us use the bathroom. Well, bitch. The Third Amendment, who would have ever thought we would have used the Third Amendment? It's like, oh yeah, we got the Third Amendment for a reason, and we don't have to let you use our bathroom, so go out there and pee behind a bush, so that's where we are in the country right now. We are using, the resistance is using the laws, we're using those amendments that we were given for a reason. So just expect a lot more of that. And it's kind of like, I feel like we need to like pop the popcorn, because like we're going to start seeing that kind of stuff ratchet up. So thank you very much for joining me. And the popcorn of enjoying the show, of watching them just absolutely continue to melt down. And remember, laughter is a form of resistance. And the more mad they get and the more bluster they have, the more we are going to laugh in their faces over it, because it's ridiculous. And then, that's kind of what I'm getting today. So thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I think I'm just going to have those energy readings and that Adelita Grohalva video, because there was such good information about what to kind of expect week by week. I'm just going to have those up there, for a while for you guys to check out. So thank you very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.